Raila Odinga is calling for changes in parliament. He wants Senate to be more powerful than the National Assembly. However, these changes might require a referendum. The first question you need to ask yourself as a Kenyan, how much will it cost us to have a referendum before 2027? There are certain political questions you need to ask yourselves too. The first one, how will this referendum affect the relationship between Raila Odinga and President William Ruto before 2027? How will the opposition, led by DCP party leader Gachagua, react to this particular call by Raila Amolo Odinga in an event we shall have a referendum before 2027? And how will this referendum paint a clear picture for President William Samoei Arap Ruto before the presidential election of 2027? Let me know what you think in the comment section, but before we proceed, let us listen to what Raila Odinga is saying.
So we have got countries with a similar constitutional structure, and it works very well. So we'd like to see our Senate work just like the Senate of the United States of America is working, and give it proper powers and responsibilities.
In case this is your first time on the Sport Check YouTube channel, kindly support us by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are on a mission to 7,000 subscribers now. I want us to discuss those questions that I asked you earlier. How much will it cost us to have a referendum? The reality on the ground, it will cost us billions of shillings. Remember what happened during the Building Bridges initiative? It costed Kenya a lot of money, and that money could have been used somewhere else. But you know what? Our politicians will behave the way they do best. But away from that, if at all we shall have this referendum, how will it affect Raila Odinga's relationship with President William Samoei Arap Ruto? I strongly feel that Raila Odinga is looking for a way he can leave William Samoei Arap Ruto as we approach 2027. Because a referendum will paint a clear picture for William Ruto, just like what happened in 2005. When we had a referendum, it painted a clear picture for the former president of the Republic of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki. And he knew very well he was going to lose the 2007 elections. So William Ruto knows it, that if it turned out negative, it will be clear for Kenyans that he is going to lose to 2027 elections. Why do I say this? There is no way William Ruto is going to stop that referendum, because right now he is vulnerable and he wants Raila Odinga to stick with him beyond 2027. So in an event it happens, I'm telling you that it is going to give him an early result of what is likely to take place in 2027. But if at all he decides to reject this call by Raila Amolo Odinga, despite the fact Raila wants Senate to be more powerful, it can also create this fear that, you know what, we can't work together because I'm calling for these changes and you don't want these changes. Let me go my way, and William Ruto will be vulnerable because atakuwa amebaki na wabunge wachache pale. But how will the opposition itself react to this? But this will be on the favor of President William Samoei Arap Ruto indirectly. Now Kenyans will forget what is affecting them. They will be discussing referendum. Rigathi Gachagua will be discussing referendum. The story to do with one term itakuwa inaenda hivi na hivi. It will not be discussed by Rigathi Gachagua and his team. They will shift their focus on this referendum, and now they will be attacking Raila Odinga and William Samoei Arap Ruto, forgetting the things that are affecting the people of Kenya as we speak. So it will act on his favor. At the time that they're focusing on the referendum, William Ruto is preparing himself on how he is going to win the 2027 presidential election. That one you can take it to the bank. Now, the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka will also be doing the same thing. The likes of Martha Karua will also be doing the same thing. But how will Kenyans react to this? I am certain most Kenyans will reject this. Why do I say this? Right now, there's so many things Kenyans are going through. We have the Social Health Authority. Even if the money is there, why do we want to use billions of shillings to fund a referendum, yet we have a problem even with capitation? For example, the new university funding model, or university students are not even getting money to go and study in their respective universities. Why waste billions? So many Kenyans will reject it. Even members of parliament will not have this idea. Unajua, in every situation, kila mtu anataka yeye ndiye akuwe pale mbele. They always want to shine. So there is no way you can tell me members of parliament will agree to these changes and they will go for a referendum. They will be the first people to reject this move. Anyway, guys, that is just my opinion. In case you have any kind of opinion, feel free to share in the comment section. I promise at the end of my videos to carry out civic education. This is what you need to do. You need to register as a voter as soon as possible. The beauty of doing that, you can participate in 2 types of elections. 1, by-elections, 2, general elections. Number 2, you need to demonetize politics. Once you do that, you will be in a position to elect leaders of high integrity who will not be tempted to mismanage public funds. They can do it through NGCDF and other ways. Lastly, vote for someone with a vision. If you do that, we shall end up with members of parliament or MCAs, even governors, who will come up with better policies to take this country to the next level. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Bye for now. I will see you in the next video.